will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. This is your year. Are you here? Where have you been? Why are you here? And where are you going? That's what I ask you. Where have you been? Where have you been up to this point? You look at your life. You look at what you produce. Is it giving you what you want? Are you living on purpose? Are you living your dream? Are you acting on your ideas? Are you doing all you can do? Have you got confidence? Are you procrastinating? Are you invading your own greatness? Are you surrounding yourself with people that can nourish you? Are you challenging yourself? Are you experimenting? Are you learning something different? Where have you been? What brought you here? I never complain. That's why when people complain, I get so mad at them.
You have the platform now.
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can every one of you hear me?
Okay, there are responses in the chat room.
Okay.
Yes. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you all so much. It's very wonderful to be here with you guys today, and I hope we're going to learn a thing or two to take back home and start practicing, because that is the main point of what we're organizing. The thing about all these seminars is that even if you attend every one of them, if you're not taking the action, then it's just a waste of time and your data, and probably the time you should be doing something better. All right. So what I would like to implore everyone here today, and those that will still join us, is that you should try to start practicing whatever you're going to learn from this class. All right. So John, please, can you bring up the first slide?
Okay.
Today I'll be talking about how you can actually start earning from what you do as a writer, and what the process is like. All right, because a lot of time, people complain that they can write, people call them off for works and they are not being paid, those kind of stuff. And there's a reason behind all of that, because if you want people to hire your services, then you must also be someone they see as a service provider. So that is all I'm going to be explaining in this session. My main goal actually is to train creative writers on how to improve their skills and also improve their business, because for one, most creative people don't know how to do the business part of being in the market. And if you're not business inclined, you continue to lose customers. So this is the point of all what I'm going to be saying today, okay? All right, so let's go to the slides. Content writing, getting started, opportunities and career benefits. So this is what we're going to be talking about. Yesterday, Shay talked about everything you need to know as a content writer. One thing about this seminar is that it's just the basics. You need to develop more on them, but just for you to know what you need to start with. All right, so the next slide, please. All right, so getting started. Why content writing? So before you can start saying you want to earn from being a content writer, you must ask yourself these questions. The first one here is, why content writing? You need to define your personal goals for choosing this path. I will have to tell you the truth. When you're just starting out, you will not get all the support that you need. The creative industry is the least industry that people get support. Let's take the tech industry, for example. You notice that there are funds for people to use to scale up their business and do many things. But when it comes to the creative industry, you're going to struggle at the beginning, because one, people don't yet know your capacity. They don't know what you can offer until you start offering those things. And they're like, oh, wow, this person can actually deliver. And that is when you see that your patronage you start. So first of all, you need to define your personal goals. Why are you taking content writing as a career? Content writing is just an aspect of creative writing. So if you're saying you want to focus on content writing, what is your goal for that? So please define your goal before you go into this, because you don't want to get disappointed when you are not getting all that you think is in the industry when you just come in. Then the second thing is, okay, so I gave some examples there. That the first one is, okay, like, do you want to share your creativity? Like some bloggers, people who create content or blogs for themselves, they just want to share their creativity. Okay, sorry. Please, can you just show the slide? They want to share their creativity. Then they also want to earn a living. Do you want to earn a living from it? It's not everybody that is writing content that wants to earn a living. But the reason why you're in this particular session is because you want to earn a living. So it is very important to you for you to ask yourself this question: why are you going into content writing? You can see the other examples. So just define your goal. It's personal to you. I don't know what it is. I have my own personal goals for going into content writing. No, not even content now, creative writing. Because for me, creativity is very important. I love the creativity in being able to use. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Someone is talking.
Can you hear me, right?
So I'm saying that it's important. Okay. Yes. Can everybody hear me?
Great. Please, if you're following our speaker,
Right.
let's get a 1 in the chat room. Give us a 1 in the chat room. Let me see your 1 if you're following. Let's go. Give me a 1 in the chat room. Okay, nice, Maria. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, we can proceed. Sorry.
Okay, so once you've defined the reason why you're going into content writing, the next thing for you to find out is, what route are you taking? Are you going to be working remotely for one particular employer? You know, some people work remotely. You don't need to go to the office every day to do this. But the thing is that you're working with just one person. You're not a freelancer kind of. You are confined to just working with a boss. So what this means is that anything you're going to be writing about is going to come from your boss. So that's like a remote employment. Then you must the other one, are you going to be working part-time? Are you going to be pursuing your other jobs? Like probably you're a banker, or you do other sort of work, you have another occupation, and you're thinking that writing for you is going to be a side hustle. So you must also put this into consideration. Then if you're going into full-time, because I'm into it full-time, then other things are like my side hustle. Full-time freelancing. If you're doing full-time, it can also be in two ways. You can be working under a boss full-time, or be working for yourself, which is freelancing full-time. Okay, so you need to define that. Then you're going to also ask yourself, how long are you going to do this? There's the opportunity for diversification in the industry. So even though you're coming in as a content writer, nobody says you can't improve. You can become a content strategist, but you need to build yourself with content writing first, before you start saying I want to be a content strategist. So you need to ask yourself, how long are you going to be doing this? Would you be diversifying into other aspects of the industry? Okay, so I think that should do for that. The next slide. Hello, okay. So, okay, the next one is going to define your competencies and your interests. What type of content writing interests you? If you think that you're going to be able to do everything, I'm here to say that it's a lie. You can't do everything, because you will get overwhelmed. There's a whole lot of opportunities in content writing. So it's very important for you to define what aspect of content writing, what type interests you. I like blogs because I read blogs a lot. I get my education from reading blogs. So I like to write for blogs. Then I like to write profiles too. So you need to define what is it that you like to do, what interests you, then what skills you already have. Because for you to really start, you need some skills. And one of them is your writing skill. The next one is your editing skills, because you can't submit a content that is not well edited to anyone. They will be in doubt of your writing skills. These two skills kind of goes hand in hand. And from that, you can build your other skills. And you must have an understanding of how digital marketing works and a whole lot of other things. So the basic thing for you to do here is to define your competencies, your interests, and the skills that you already have. And then you ask yourself, what skills do you need to scale up? Then you go out there and you get training. Then the next thing to do when you define your competencies and your interests is to pick a niche or industry. The reason why you're going to be picking a niche or an industry is because we are limited in knowledge. And no matter how you think that you can build yourself, know everything, you can't do everything. Like me, for instance, I don't write for science, I don't write academic, I don't write yeah, a whole lot of it. Science, medical, academics. So I don't do those industries. And I don't think I want to do tech, but I can try. So this is where this is very important because you need to define the industry. People are going to bring jobs to you. Then you find yourself in a situation where you're like, should I take this job? Shouldn't I? Don't put yourself in such a situation. Already define the industries that you know you can function with so that when someone is bringing a job to you, you're like, no, I don't write content in this industry because I'm not good at it. So you just tell them it's better for them to carry their kaya and go somewhere else than for you to now write rubbish for them and you spoil your reputation because your reputation is very important in this industry. Okay, so then you develop your expertise in that industry, which means you continue to learn, you continue to train yourself, you continue to attend trainings and everything that you will need to make yourself better. I kind of pick every article that I can read. I take trainings, free trainings, paid trainings to get me up to where I am today. So those are very important. Then the next one is you need to practice. When you've learned all of these things that we're going to be teaching here today, with what we've done yesterday, you need to go back and start practicing. One thing with writing is if you don't practice, you don't get perfect. The best way to improve in your writing is to practice it. The more you practice, the better you become. The more you practice, the better you become. So please, after everything we're going to do, get yourself started. Don't wait for anyone. Don't wait till you get your first client before you start writing your first article. Write and tell people to help you to look at it and correct it and make corrections, okay? Then the next thing for you to do is to share your work with your audience. This is why it is important to have platforms. I'm still going to talk about platforms on this session. So share with your audience. Your audience can be your family, it can be your friends, it can be your friends on social media. And I think social media is a very good platform. Let's just face the truth. The world has gone digital and we have to move along with it. So you don't really have to meet someone physically before they become your family, in quotes. So just single out people that you know that they will not give you biased reviews because I say a lot of things on social media these days in the sense that people do wax stuff and they bring it and people are like, oh, this is so nice. I'm somewhere looking at it, I'm like, jeez, can we just tell each other the truth? But you know, everybody's trying to be politically correct. So people will not tell you to your face when you make mistakes. So you need people that will be able to tell you that the way you wrote that sentence was wrong. The way you that's not how to write. You don't add this before this. So don't go to people who will rub your ego. Go to people who will tell you point blank that, see, this one is not going to sell because any content you're writing for someone, you're putting it out there. And if it is not good, it's going to smear your work. I have people who work with me. They are freelancers, but they work with me because I can't handle my clients. So I have a style guide that I send to them. Everything you write must be in this order. And that style guide is what I get from the clients during our strategy session. So you must also get yourself one. I'm still going to explain all this. Let me not jump, please. Okay. So please just make sure you share your stuff with your audience. Share it on your WhatsApp status. When you write a post, share it on your WhatsApp. Share it to your friends. In those groups you belong to, share it. Get reviews. Get criticism. Don't be afraid of being criticized. It will help you grow. In this field, criticism is very important for growth. If you're one who is always angry when people tell you that you did not do well, please get that mindset away from you. All right, the next one. All right. Are you guys following? Is it making sense? At least a little.
If you're following, give us a 1 in the chat room. If you're following,
Is it making any sense at all?
yes, you are. Yes.
Am I talking too fast?
Okay, no, you are not talking too fast.
Okay.
Let's get a feedback from the chat room. Please, if you are following us, if you are following the speaker, let us get a 1 in the chat room. Give us a 1. Okay, thank you, Godwin. Yes.
Thank you, Godwin.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. Yes,
Okay,
so
guys.
you can proceed.
Yeah. Okay, energy booster. Okay, so let's talk about the tools. I talked about you practicing what you're doing. Practice is very important because if I come to you and you have not written one article for yourself, I'll be like, so what content, what are you contenting? What are you writing? Just like you cannot be an author until you've written and published a book. You can't be a content writer until you've written an article. Until people have told you these things, you can't call yourself a content writer. So if you've not written an article, I'm not talking about those things you write on Facebook and Instagram. Those are not the content we are talking about, except you're writing for a brand and they have a core message they are passing across. Now, yesterday when Sheyi talks, he talked about what your content is supposed to do: attract people, persuade them, educate them, inform them, entertain them. So please, if you've never written an article, sit down and write one, a 1,000-word article. Then probably you can send it to me. I'll help you to review it and I'll tell you how far you've done. I do that a lot for people, just for you to get started. So when you want to practice, these are the tools that you would need. The first one is a platform. Because whatever you're creating, you also need a platform to share it. If people are not seeing what you're creating, then there is no use for it. All right. I can't write a novel and I don't publish it. People won't know what I've written. So I need to publish. So the first thing is for you to share your creativity, you need to build an audience and pass yourself as a serious writer. People won't take you serious when they see that you are not making an effort to show them what you're creating. You cannot call yourself an engineer when you've not done any job that you can tell to people, oh, I've done this. At least let it be your own work. Then the next one is your content. Content is a tool for you to actually tell people that I've done something. Like I send people to my website all the time. I'm like, go to my website. If you don't like what you see there, then probably I might not be able to help you. Because if my website is not good enough for someone to be like, okay, I like your work already. Can you do something for me? Then I don't think I'm doing fine. I'm not doing well. So your content is very important. What you put on your website, what you put on your social media, what you put everywhere is very important. So that is a tool for you. You can actually get visibility by the content you write when you share it on WhatsApp to your family, to your friends, through email, and every other means. All right, I've explained that. Okay, now I said something here. I said it is wrong to pass off your CV to a potential client when asked to know more about your previous work. Okay, so still not to the end. It's going to come up very soon. I'm going to explain the reason why you should never send CVs to people who ask you for a portfolio of your work. Recently, like 2 days ago, somebody sent me a message. Okay, somebody called me that she wanted someone for social media manager, and I asked people to send me their portfolio, and they were sending me the CV. It's very wrong. There's a way we do it here in the creative industry. If you're in the creative industry, sending people CV is like, I don't know how to put it, but it's not the right thing, because there are other tools that you can use to share what you do with potential clients. And I'm going to explain some of them in the next slides. So John, let's go to the next slide.
It's up now.
Okay, now, I'm basically focused on freelancing because I'm a freelancer and my goal is to build up freelancers. It is believed that in Nigeria, freelancers don't get work. True or false? Do you believe that in Nigeria it's very hard to get job as a freelancer?
You're right.
John is laughing.
Seriously, yes.
It's difficult, Abby.
It's difficult. It is.
Okay, so participants, please. Have any of you, okay, I don't really know if everybody is just a beginner. Probably you're not a beginner. Have you tried getting job And it's very difficult for you, like for people to patronize your business as a content writer. Is there anybody with an experience?
Let us share in the chat room. Anyone with that experience?
Is it difficult getting jobs? Okay, nobody's talking.
Especially, okay, yes, we've gotten a response. A tough one, really, by Priska Chichi.
Okay, all right, okay. So most of us are beginners. Now let me explain why it is very difficult getting jobs in Nigeria. The thing is this: if you want to become a recognized accountant, you will take ICANN, right? Am I correct, John?
Yes, yes. To be a certified accountant, you have to take the
You
ICANN.
need to take ICANN. But people come into the content, no, let me not even call content now, into the creative industry, thinking you can just get a job without you learning. It's not possible. You cannot get a good job without you, first of all, improving your skills. Secondly, you cannot get a good job without you having a platform. A platform will enable you to gain visibility and also for people to take you seriously as a professional. Just imagine someone saying that they sell shoes, they sell clothes, but they don't have a shop, a physical shop or a digital shop. So where do I see that? How do I know you're serious? Even your WhatsApp, you feel that WhatsApp is your shop. No, it's not. You feel that Instagram is your platform. Those are just places for you to drive visibility to your business from. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, they are just visibility tools. They are not your shop. They're not your platform. And that is one of the mistakes I see people making. They kind of build their whole business around Instagram. Everything they are going to share with the world is only on Instagram. People don't take care to have websites. They don't take care to build blogs and websites where people can actually go to find out more about their business. The honest truth here is this, for every one of you, because most of you said you're beginners, I'm going to tell you this. If you're only going to be building your business on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, it is going to come that the owner of that platform is going to tell you, I don't want you here again. So what are you going to do if that is the only place you'll be sharing stuff? That is why any right-thinking content strategist or any professional in content writing will tell you that getting a website is the best investment you can ever make for yourself. If you like, share any content on social media, but make sure you have a website where you also store your content, because Facebook can block you. They can block you on their Instagram. They can also block you on WhatsApp. And your data can be lost. But when you have your website, you store your things there. And please don't use that WordPress.com website, because that's not professional. A
Okay.
WordPress.com, the one that always has that WordPress.com attached after your domain name, that's not the right way to go. Nobody that comes to that yeah, sorry, that's just the truth. And it doesn't cost a thing to own a website. Right now, I think mine runs for 25K every year. So divide it. But the first year is cheaper actually, because Google Host gives you free domain in your first year. Then you pay for your hosting. I think last year when I bought mine, it was around 18,000. It was not up to 18,000, I think, everything. So getting a proper website is not as hideous as people think it is. It's very simple. Just get the way I'm going to put it now, it's going to sound like it's like rice and beans, but really it's very simple. So please, the point I'm trying to drive at is don't build your business as a creative person on social media. I won't take you seriously if the only place I see that you have presence on is social media. One thing I ask for people is, can I check your website? Can I know that you're very serious? That you're taking your, because if you cannot invest in what you're saying, people will not buy anything from you. They'll be like, it's not that girl. We know that she normally posts on Facebook. No, she posts a lot on Facebook. Oh, you see this? She has 100 likes. She has 50 likes. This one. But my dear, when people want to look for people to work with, they go to people who has it. And another thing is this: if you know how to key into SEO, and you have a website, you'll be getting clients online. You get clients from Google. People go to Google to search for people who do work, especially creative people. But when they go there, they do not see your website showing up on Google because you don't have SEO on your website. You don't even have a website. Last year, last year I tried, if you can see the shirt I'm wearing, it says TMN Lifestyle or something. That was the name I wanted to use for my business last year. I was a little bit confused at that point because a whole lot has happened. I was trying to do a whole lot and so many things. A story I don't even want to share right now. So what happened was that I picked up this name and then I bought a website. I bought a domain and hosting, and I designed my website and everything. Then I did the SEO. Then what happened was this. I think about a month later, I went to check my email because it took me a long time before I checked my email, which was a very stupid thing that I did back then. I didn't check my email, and guess what? I had 3 people from overseas who saw my website through Google search because I did SEO on my page, and they were asking me for a job partnership. But by the time I would reply, it was already too late. They were not Nigerians. None of them was a Nigerian. I think one was from Malaysia and the other 2 was African countries. So when people say they are not getting jobs, it's just that you're not doing the right thing. You will get tired of getting jobs. Okay, so I have a question here. If you wanted to be taken seriously as a writer and get paid, what do you think is the right thing to do? So guys, most of us said that we don't get the jobs that we want, the kind of jobs we want, like the jobs that bring in the 6 figures and then the 7 figures if possible. So if people are not taking you seriously, what do you think you're doing wrong? And what do you think you're supposed to do to write that? Creativity. I said course, as in CURSE. The cost of creativity is that creative people think they need to get perfect before they start earning from what they do. And that has been a major challenge for most of us who are naturally creative. We feel that we should be perfect, we should know how to dot our I's and cross our T's before we get our first client. But no, the knowledge you already have now is enough for you to start what you're doing. It's enough for people to start paying you, but you feel that you're not capable enough. And when you feel so, people are actually going to also help you interpret it. To be consistent as a brand. Okay, somebody just said something. Now, you do not need to be perfect before you start writing. All you need to do is to know the basics of what you're writing. You develop along the way. And that is why I told you that practice is very important. It's in practicing that you learn. And it takes about 10 years for you to become an expert at anything. So until you get to your 10th year, you're not yet an expert. Even though we tend to call ourselves experts. We are still learning. We are all learning. Okay, so don't wait till your 10th year before you start wanting to earn from what you're doing. You should start doing that from immediately you make up your decision that you have this skill, you have this talent and you want to monetize it. You don't want it to just be a passion. Even those who are blogging, they earn money from their blogging. Those who do stuffs with their content, even those who don't attach content for marketing, they earn money doing that because people are paying for knowledge. So don't wait till you're an expert before you start monetizing your platform. So I'm just going to tell you what we are going to do in the next one for you to start earning as a content creator. Jenna, answer. Yeah, I can see that. You have to get serious and be in business. If you're not in business, people would think you're playing. If you're not in business, don't think you're just chasing your passion because you're blessed with the ability to write. That's what happens to most of us, seriously. So be in business. And when you're in business, you do business. So get serious. The knowledge you are going to get from here will help you. Go online. There are many courses on Coursera. If you want to get more education and enlightenment, get those things. Start practicing. In your practicing, you will get better. But even though you know everything you want to know, but you're not in business, you will not earn money. Ask Eco Hotel. They're in business. And because they're in business, people want to use their services. When you're in hobby, when you're in passion, you're just chasing creativity as a passion, you're chasing it as a hobby, you're chasing it as this is something I do for fun. When they ask you, you're like, I do this for fun. I don't want to be paid. Okay, no problem. Nobody will hire you because they will feel that you're just doing it because you love it. I do it because I love it. I love creativity so much. I love creative writing so much. And I'm a graduate of theater arts. So my bag, and I chose theater arts. I'm not one of those that somebody dashed me. University did not dash me because to study. I chose it for myself. So creativity has always been my thing. Everything around me revolves around writing, filming, everything art. But for you to really start earning, please be in business. And this is why freelancing and getting your platform started is the only way for you to get yourself serious. And then you start getting the sales. Please, let's go to the next slide.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the things you need to be in business. We've talked about being in business. So let's talk about what are those things you need that will help people to know that you are taking yourself seriously now. So the first thing is you need a portfolio website. Probably later. So when you're getting your website, you don't need a business website. And when we say portfolio website, let me explain what that means. There are different types of templates for building websites. There are portfolio websites, there are lifestyle websites, there are business websites, and I'm talking about WordPress now. I'm not talking about the other ones. I don't really know anything about any other type of websites, software building or something like that. I only know about WordPress because I kind of used WordPress for over 4 or 5 years now. And I think I'm a master in some way in designing and using WordPress. So a portfolio website is basically designed for creative people in the sense that it's simple and it just tells people what you do. There's no all those shenanigans that you see in business websites where there are things cluttering everywhere. You keep it simple, you keep it straight, and it's very clean. Sometimes it's minimalist. Use colors that are catchy, but also very strong. My website is kind of well aligned. You can easily navigate, and pages are not much. That is also what makes a portfolio website. You don't have 10 pages. You can just have like 1 or 4 or 5 pages. Your about page, your home page, contact page. If you want to add your pricing on your website, then you also have your pricing page. Then any other thing, probably you have your blog. So you shouldn't have many pages, just the basic ones. And it's very easy for you to design. Once you've gotten your domain and your hosting, just go to Envato Market or Creative Market. You can get free templates on those platforms. But even if you don't want to use free template, just buy one. It's not that expensive, please. Because if you want to be seriously in business, you have to do these things that people in business do. They spend money to bring money in. And until you're ready to spend money, I'm sorry, you're not bringing money in. That's just the truth. So when you've gotten your portfolio website ready, you need to design it, put in your content, your about page needs to be bam. Take a profile picture of yourself. Go to the studio, make a profile picture, something that tells people that you are. I don't mean you should wear suits, please. As a creative person, your dressing and everything and packaging is all dependent on you. You can decide to wear Ankara, you can decide to be African. All of these things are branding. Just brand yourself the way you want, people to perceive you. But make sure it's a portfolio picture where you're standing, facing whatever direction. You just express yourself, but let it be something that is well shot, that shows your head and every other thing. Then put it on your website. When people come there, they see you. They check out everything. Then put in your content. Your content must be good, oh, please. Because if you go to a website and the content is not good, you will not use the person. You will like, look at this wacky content. So why should I use this person? All right. So also you need to now social media. As a creative person, don't use social media the way everybody is using it. Some people come to social media, they are carefree about the things they do there. But you have to be careful. I tell people most time, if I'm going to hire you, I do my research. I am a good FBI. When it comes to social media, I go to Google, I will search for your name. I'll go to LinkedIn, I'll search for your name. I'll go to Facebook, I'll search for your name. And look at the kind of conversations you have with people. And let me now point this out. Most of you have social media Facebook pages. You allow people to post anything on your page. You know, when they say add to timeline, you know, that's function. You don't put a kind of you can act a setting. You don't set your timeline posting in a way that people don't post nonsense. Just go to someone's page and Mr. A posts A, Mr. B posts one nonsense video, Mr. C posts a girl dancing half naked, Mr. C posts a woman, so many things on your own personal page. Seriously, when I come there, I feel that you're not serious and nothing you're telling me is going to work. So please, from today, go and do a social media evaluation of yourself. Go to your social media page and ask yourself, what are the kind of people that post on my timeline? Do I allow people to just post nonsense on my page? Because your potential clients, because as a freelancer, your potential clients will do their research, except they don't know what they're doing. But me, I'm hiring you, or we're working together, I must understand the kind of person you are. And it's social media. I'll just go to your Facebook account. That one is the one that exposes people point blank, because you can even see it upfront, what they do. Then also your Instagram. You need to show your expertise on Instagram. A lot of people love Instagram. I like it because it's kind of fancy. Yes, it's fancy and it's easy to see everything I want to see. It's not like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is stressful for me. But LinkedIn is the best platform to get jobs. I will tell you the truth. LinkedIn is very good for you if you need people to give you jobs. Just make sure you kind of format and position your profile in a way that people would look at you and they'll be like, okay, people come to ask me, what do you do? And I tell them, you will get jobs there. All right. So after you've done your professional social media account profiling, the next thing for you to do is to, this is not like a process. I'm just explaining, anyone can come before any other one. Just have it at the back of your mind that these are the things that will help you to stay in business, be in business. Now, John, after this slide, okay, after I finish explaining this, John is going to bring up some images that I will explain to you to buttress what I'm explaining on the next 2-3 points. The next one is your rate or pricing card. For you to tell people that this is why I put up a pricing page there is that I don't want any hidden thing. I want people to know that this is how much I charge for a content. And it is my professional fee. I'm not going down. If I'm going to be doing discounts, we will establish it. I'm doing a discount for you. But that is not the worth of what I'm doing for you. So I put it on my website, my pricing, and I also made a card. I'm still working on the card because I just had to download it for this class so that you guys will see a practical example of what I'm talking about. So you need to have your pricing card. Then some other things I'm going to be showing you. Then your pricing card, you list out everything, how you price. When I show you, see what I'm talking about. The letter of engagement for every new project. Yes, this is very important. Before you take up any new project with any clients, make sure that you write a letter of engagement. Unfortunately, I forgot to print out this one to show us, but I also have it. It's like a template. I share it with my students. So you must have a letter of engagement. You can always tweak it to suit any kind of client. It's just very important. You get some clients and they'll be like, this is what I asked you to do. After you finish the work, you're like, no. Okay, let's take for instance, you have a session with a client and you talk about the strategy, their roadmap, and the client says, okay, I don't like my content to be wordy. I just want between 5,000 words to 750 words, which is what I do for my client. And that is like 5. The clients might not remember all of this, so client did. After I've been posting for a while, he came to me and said, Esther, I think that these lines are very short. I told him, that was the agreement we had. We had a limit of words. Do you want me to go beyond that? He was like, oh, that's true. You said it. And I sent the engagement letter to him. So we're on the same page. For people not to cheat you in your work, you need to always send this letter to them so that if anything happens, even if they are going to take it to court, once you present it to them, and make sure they sign it and return it to you via email. Just their name, and when they sign it to you, and then just that they will send it back to you. Leave a space there. Probably I can send who needs it via email. All right. So that is for the letter of engagement. It's very, very important. Then you need to establish a work process. You will get swamped at a point in contact me or I contact them. I don't think I contact most of my clients. They contact me actually through referral. Somebody sent to me on social media. So when they come to me, what I do is this: we schedule a call, and I record the call, so that when I'm writing anything in the letter of engagement, or we are doing anything, because I want to listen again to know what I discussed with the person. We schedule a call, and I call that content discovery call. So I want to know your brand. I want to know your business, what you do, who is your audience, what niche are you planning to work on, what is your target, what is your goal? Are you just trying to build visibility? Do you want to make sales? Okay, so you need to figure this all your work process. So when you finish that conversation with them, then you go back and you do a content. I do content roadmap. All the things that I've gathered, all the information I've gathered from these clients, I turn it into a roadmap. I use Canva to design it. So I just write blog name or company name. I put it there. Their goal, their audience, I just put it there, and everything is there. So you need to establish a work process. How do you send how do you send back their work to them? Is it through email? How many times are you going to edit a work until you say, no, I'm not editing again? See, you will get some really annoying clients along your way. You edit work number 1, they'll tell you no, that is not correct. You do 2, they'll tell you no, that is not correct. One just did it to me last week. She said I should help. She's not into clients, actually. She said she wanted to see what I would do. I did the first one. When I finished, and I was like, oh, no. No, this, can I send you a template to you? I said, okay, ma, send me a template. I did that and I sent her. I've not heard from her, and I'm hoping to hear from her. I'm not telling you this because she's a bad person or anything. What I'm trying to tell you is that our nature is fickle. Sometimes I do this a lot, so I understand what it is. It is normal for people to say that this one you've done, I don't like it. But you must have, is it after 4 times you say no? Or after 2 times, or after 3 times? You should be open to making corrections on your works. But at a point, you just have to tell the client, say, I'm not doing it again. And you return certain percentage to them. We did it a lot in book editing industry because I'm also an editor. So in editing, you must tell your clients how many times you're going to edit their work. They find out when they've submitted everything and you've done the whole substantial editing. You need to know how many times you're going to do the work for you to be like, I'm not doing this again because you're giving me headache. Protect your sanity as a writer. Don't let anybody just use you anyhow and tell you, it's not common writing. It's not common. We are using brain. It's brain work. When people are sleeping, you are reading to improve yourself. You are attending seminars to improve yourself, and everything you're writing is from your brain. When you are sick, it is your money your money is wasting because you can't work. First and second week of May, I couldn't do anything because my brain was not alive. Thankfully, I had someone that was working with me, so she was able to cover for me. So let nobody tell you that being a writer is just something that they can get from anywhere. It's because we've kind of trivialized what we are doing. That's like somebody who comes to say, it's not just writing. If it's just writing, do it by yourself. Do it by yourself and see if you get engagement. Do it by yourself and see if you sell. It is skill. You acquire it. Writing for people to engage. For people to even make one comment on your write-up. It is a skill. Forget about the fact that most of us are naturally talented. We put in a lot of work. I can't count how many hours I've spent. They call me phone presser at home because I'm always online. Reading, doing this, doing that, attending seminars. Last year, I spent over 100,000 attending workshops and seminars. So nobody should tell you that you're doing it. whatever. No, don't take that. Even if you're just a starter, don't even take for anybody. Tell them that you are in business and they cannot go to a hotel and tell them that it's not a common room. It's a common room, but the packaging, you know what? The packaging that have gone into that, the process that they put in to make that room so comfortable, all that you have learned to make that content very warm, so that when you put it on the website, you're like, wow, who wrote this? That is what we are talking about. Let's go to the next slide, please.
Okay.
Let's go to the next
So
slide.
please, if you're following, let us know. If you are with us, this is getting interesting. If
I can't hear you.
Please let us know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay.
So the next one, after that, I said it's not a process, it's just things that you need to know. Okay, so the next one is, okay, if you're hearing, if you're following, let's know with us. Is it boring?
I'm with you.
Okay,
Esther.
all right.
If you're following,
the
let
next
us know
thing
in the comments.
Okay.
All right, great.
All right. We've gotten enough comments.
Okay.
It's actually fun. Okay, so, all right. Thank you all so much. It's okay. Okay, all right, guys. Okay, guys, let's just continue because of time. Okay, so now, client acquisition process. I talked about your process, your work process in the other one. Then how do you acquire your clients? This is where it's very important for you to do some work. I tell people a lot. Building connection is very important. A lot of us are lone rangers. You can't achieve anything by just being a lone ranger. You need to go out of your comfort zone. I don't like to use that comfort zone, go out of your comfort zone. Because sometimes your comfort zone might actually be where God has positioned you to scale through. That's just the truth. I believe everybody have their part. And that is why when I talk to people, I don't tell them, you must be strict on this. No, even those motivational stuff, don't stay in your comfort zone. Sorry, I'm doing all of this from my comfort zone because I still live with my mom. All right? So this place is actually my comfort zone. But this comfort zone is quite uncomfortable at times when you think about some things. So what I'm trying to say is this: getting to know people might feel like it's out of your comfort zone, but it is not. You need to develop it. You need to talk to people, please. Interact with people. If you're someone that is obnoxious, if you're someone that is full of yourself, if you're someone who has this ego, that when you go to a place, you're always carrying yourself like, I don't know what to say. Please, just change a little. See, let's just be frank with ourselves. There's nobody that do shakara with me. It's like, but one thing I bless God for in my life is that I like people. And it doesn't really matter your standard or your level of education or where you come from or your tribe or anything. I mingle with anybody I say, and I take people according to how I understand them. Take time to learn people. Don't just push yourself to them. I'm talking about client acquisition process. I'm not giving a motivational speech. I'm talking about what works now. Because I'll be sharing a story with you guys. How people get clients. If you're thinking that you will get clients just by your own effort, it might not work. You need people to get your clients. Okay? So please make sure you are talking with people on good terms. Even if you have issues with people, just know emotional stability is very important for writers because at times we are in a mood. Most of us have mood swings. We're in a mood and someone is saying something that we don't like and we just want to snap. Please try as much as possible to start to build your relationship with people because they are the one that will refer others to you. You might never know. My friends just come to tell me this person needs this and they want you. And these are people that I've not been friends with for up to 2 years. But we talk and you kind of think we've known each other for ages. Be a people's person, but don't be a people's pleaser. I told you need to work with people that will give you honest criticism. Yes, but be nice to people, be kind to people. And everything is not money at the beginning. Seriously, everything is not money. Relationship really matters. And I say this, goodwill is very important in everything you are doing. Develop goodwill with people. Just do things for people, not because you want money, but because you can do it. I'm not thinking about your business now. When it comes to business, be business minded. When it comes to personal relationship, just try to be nice to people. It will help you go a long way. So your customer acquisition process is for you to define how you acquire your clients. Like, is it through LinkedIn? Is it through Facebook? Is it through ads? Is it through sponsored posts? Is it through okay, let me just say it now. Because some of you are going to come back to me like, Esther, can you help us to do this thing? All right, and I'll be like, yeah, I can help you to do this thing actually. So what should we do next? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. Any platform can actually be your customer acquisition process, can add up to that. Going out, please, now that there's COVID, we're all inside, but going out is very important. Most of the people I've met in my life, I met them through volunteering. All right, and that's one of the good things you can do it yourself, because being a freelancer affords you the time to do a lot of things. Push yourself out there, pick a course that you like, and be a volunteer for that course. You'll meet a lot of people in that field who will bring clients to you. Just establish, how do you acquire your clients? Are you going to run ads to acquire them? Is it going to come through referrals? Is it going to come through volunteer works? Like, you might probably volunteer to write content for someone, and later they come to you and you're like, I liked what you did for me. Can you do something else? Okay, so just try to make sure you have a list of how you acquire your clients. Okay, so then the next one is your branding items. I said earlier that don't send your CV to a potential client, and I said that purposefully. We talked about portfolio websites. Now, for you as a creative, sending your CV to potential client is an insult, because you're not applying for a job. CV is for application for a job. A potential client want to see what you do in our work environment. CVs and what's the other one? Oh my gosh. Please, I have to remember it though. Okay, when I remember it, I'll say it. But I don't like CVs. I don't asking for CVs. I hate it, because it doesn't show your true words. Everybody can just say they've done this, they've done that. It doesn't show your true words. So this is what you should do. Instead of sending a CV, you need to get a media kit. Your media kit should have clients that you've worked with. Even if you've not worked with a client, list your own works. Copy your content that you've written, paste it, and turn it into a PDF file. Put your name, put your brand name, put what your brand does, your services, your contact address. For beginners, it's not even just for beginners, it's for people who want like sharp stuff. Like, you just pick templates and then you modify it. So Canva is the right one to use, because you get it free and you have plenty of options. You have many options to choose from. So use Canva. Okay, sorry. Use Canva. But what really makes a difference between people who already have a basic graphics knowledge is how they are able to blend font, typeface, brand colors. So these are very important. You have to stay consistent. Because like, if you go to my Instagram page now, you see that everything there is kind of consistent. At least from the last few months has been consistent. Like my colors, because I changed my brand colors at a point. So please make sure you are consistent with the colors that people know you for your brand. Don't switch to red in one design, switch to blue in the other design. It doesn't show that you're consistent. Okay. All right. So Chichi, start with Canva. I'm actually going to, as a content writer, okay, you write to suit their taste when you have had a content discovery call with them. Always ensure you have a call, even though you send them questionnaire. The mistake I made with one of these clients recently was not having a call with her. I like to hear how they speak, okay? Because every business is a representation of their owner. True or false? True. Every business represents their owner, because my business cannot be, okay, like me, for example, I don't write professionally formal. I like to be kind of informal with people because that's where I am. I'm not too rigid with people. I'm a bit informal in a way. So every brand, every company is a representation of who owns that company. So make sure you always have a phone call to hear how they speak. From how a client speaks, you will know how to write. In your head, you'll be thinking about them because you know if this person is a serious person or if they are free and fun and funky. All right. So how you write for them is when you have defined everything they need, just write thinking like the way they are thinking. Let their voice be echoing in your head. Okay. You write like that, but also how do you switch tastes? When you've done all this discovery call, I'm also going to send the template I use for my client, like after the discovery call. So make sure they fill these things. When they fill it, when you're writing, always ask yourself, am I using the language they want? Am I too official? Am I too formal? Am I too professional? Am I too playful? These are the way you write. You just smooth your tone of writing and the words you use. That is what will make the taste. Then bring your creativity to it. Because even though you're writing to suit your customer's taste, you also represent you as you're also going to influence the writing because if you're not a good writer, you'll not be able to write very well. Okay. Can you help me with other websites so we can get more information? I respond to my emails very swiftly. That is also possible. So let's use any of those platforms. Does any other person have a message? So somebody said other websites to visit. I wish John was here because I have a program that is coming up in September to October. Freelance business program or workshop. And it's going to be an 8-week intensive training for people who want to know how to write and monetize their content. You can go to my website. When you get to my website, just click on the menu button and oh John, this network, see, God, it is well. It is well. Maybe John will just share the opportunity with you guys in the next session because everything is with him and I cannot. Let me see if I can share slides with you guys. Okay, so this program that I'm organizing is for content writers actually who want to set up their business and start earning from it. It's going to be intensive. I'm having a discount for you guys, 20% discount. John is going to inform you whether through email or later when it comes online because okay, that's just how it is. But it's 20% discount for you guys on this platform. And I'm also giving, okay, so he has brought it up. This is the program. Please just look at your screen. Launch your freelance writing business, 8 weeks intensive digital-based workshop this September through October. So it's going to comprise of content writing, mastering content writing. For those of you who are asking where you can get this, you can just avail yourself. When you go to my website, click on the menu. You see, is it enroll for my content program? The last option. Click on it. It will take you to my landing page for this course. Then you can read through and see if it's what you want. Then the bonus that is attached to this training is that I'm going to be designing websites for you guys. Anybody who enrolls for this training, all you have to do is get your domain, get your hosting, and I will design your website for you. If you like my website, I'm proud of it also. And I designed it myself from beginning to the end. The only thing I didn't do on that website is installing WordPress. And that was because I didn't want to mess up with all the codes and everything. So somebody installed the WordPress, every other thing from theme installation to tweaking, to designing, to content, to SEO. I did it myself. So if you like my website, just know I'm going to be doing something like that for you for free when you enroll for this program. Then minus that, I told you about opportunities and I need people. And what I do most times, and when I get jobs I can't do, I look for people who have the competence. And it is people who have attended my programs most times. I just be like, okay, I know I've trained you and I know you'll be good. So, and I also know that you represent me well. So I send opportunities to those people. And after this training, I'm going to be having an exclusive group where I'll be sharing opportunities with people. So these are like the things you're going to gain when you enroll for the program. I don't know how to do Okolowo. That's advertising myself, which was why I did this slide. So please, if you're interested, just go to my website. You will see the program there. Click on it, read. If it's something that appeals to you, fine and good. If it's not what appeals to you, you can bounce. So please, please, guys, let me say this one before I leave. I don't want to talk again. Anything you want to ask me, for those who are asking for that website, I think I can think of some now, but I cannot remember their name. Just send me a message to growth@Esther Okoloeze with any question that you have. I will respond to you. I'm a very, very free person. Okay, there is nothing. I'm a small girl, please. Don't come and think that I've made it. I've not made it. I'm still hustling like everybody. All right, John.